Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Garance French and this is Garance French Revolution. To begin the year of 2025, I wanted to take a look back at 2024. Today, we are looking at the movies that were released in 2024 that I saw this year. And in the following videos, we're going to talk about the TV shows, the albums, and the music videos as well. So if you are interested, please check it out. It might be released by the time you watch this video, I don't know exactly. I have consumed a lot of media over the year, and I really wanted to talk about that. So what's going to happen in this video? I am going to give you a note, and then I'm going to give you all the movies to which I would give that note, and explain to you why and what I thought about the movie. It will be brief because we don't want this video to be like 3 hours long, but yeah, this is what's gonna happen, and I'll do the same, as I said, with TV shows, music videos, and albums. I am also hosting a very unserious award show. I call it the Golden Media Awards. It is filled with the media that I have consumed over the year of 2024, and I just created some categories like you would find in any award shows, and I nominated the people that I think deserve it. You can go vote for that. It's in the description. It's a Google Doc, and you can just vote for your favorites, and then I will make a video revealing the winners. So let's start out. If you don't know me, then first of all, hi, my name is Garance French. I am a screenwriter. I am a director. Last year, I created my own production company. I love movies. I went to college to study cinema. I dropped out, but still. So I have a bit of knowledge when it comes to cinema. Less when it comes to music, but when it comes to cinema and TV show, I know my stuff. You will see that in those notes, I am very generous because I know what it's like to make a movie, or I have a global idea of what it's like to make a movie, to just write one. I know it's very difficult, and sometimes, it doesn't end up like you'd want it to be. So I'm always very generous with my notes. You can see I have no movies in the categories from 0 to 5 because a movie has to be really, really bad for it to be in this category. It starts with number 6. And it starts with the movie Scoop. Now, this movie, it was released on Netflix, I believe, and it is about, oh gosh, Prince Andrew. Yeah, so basically, it's a movie that takes place when an interviewer has to interview Prince Andrew, so the son of Queen Elizabeth II, who is one of the princes of England, and he is how can I say that? He's involved in some shady, shady things, including trafficking of people and lots of other stuff, very disturbing things. I don't want to get into that, but it's about the journalists that are interviewing him for the TV, and basically they're preparing the interview and everything. I give it a 6 because it was okay. And there's nothing much to say about that. I don't remember most of the movie like that. I think it's kind of weird because this is based on real events, but that happened 2, 3 years ago. So what do you mean you're making a movie about that? And I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. It's just it's there, and it's okay. It is starring Gillian Anderson, so that's a bonus. But except for that, I don't really know what to think about. Okay, now we're going to move on to the movies, to which I gave a 7 out of 10. The first one we have is Atlas. So the movie Atlas, it was released on Netflix, I believe. It is starring Jennifer Lopez. I remember watching that movie. I don't remember a lot of it. Yeah, it's a thing about, it's in the future, and we have some chips and planets, something with robots and AI, kind of futuristic dystopian thing. Then she goes to space and she goes to fight. And I remember watching it, and I liked it more than I thought I would because it was very interesting. I thought it was more original than some other movies in that genre, especially the Netflix type. So yeah, I gave it a 7. For me, 7 is the note that's it works. It's not exceptional, but it's not super bad either. It's here. I probably would not watch those movies ever again, but it's here and it's okay. It's slightly better than the 6, but not as good as the 8, the 7. And so yeah, Atlas starring Jennifer Lopez, that was interesting, but I don't think I would watch it again. And if I did, I would still be surprised because I forgot all about it. So yeah, don't have much to say about it either. The second one is Players. I remember watching that because it is starring Gina Rodriguez. She's the girl from Jane the Virgin, if you're wondering, and I love this actress. So I was like, ooh, I'm gonna check it out. It was a very fun movie. It's rom-commy. It's about trying to get other people together, and it's a friend group, and it was a fun movie, but it was okay. And again, I don't have much to say about it. It was okay. It was nice, and you know what? I just might watch it again, but I probably won't. So that was okay, so I gave it a 7. Next, we have Uglies. It was released not that long ago, and people were talking about it nonstop. And nowadays, people even forgot that movie ever existed. Uglies was quite something. I was not aware of the books or anything before that because I only was aware of the movie, of the lore around the movie when it was being released, and people started making videos about it. I have not read the books. I have no idea, except for the movie. I've only watched the movie. As a movie on its own, it's not that good, and it's even worse when you know that this is based on something on a book, and it's absolutely not like that. Like, I've never read the book, but I've had people, I've watched many videos talking about the book and how it is compared to the movie, and apparently it's even worse when like, if you've read the book it's based on, it's even worse. It's a very bad adaptation. So, as a movie in itself, it was mid. Like, that's kind of what this category is of seven. It's like, it's okay, but like not more than that. So I know there's like other books, so I don't know if they are planning to still make it into a movie, because that movie kind of flopped like really hard. But yeah, that was quite something. And I did not remember that movie until I started reading here. Like, it did not leave a mark like that on my mind, on my psyche. So what I remember is like the god awful transformations, like they turn into pretties, and it's like just like Instagram filter, and it's like, okay. Given the subject of pretty versus ugly and all that, it was a tough thing to do into a movie, but like, I don't think they did it that well. Next, we have Damsel. Now, I made a video about Damsel on this channel if you want to check it out. It's about me rewriting Damsel. That's how bad it was. So this is a Netflix movie once again. This is all Netflix. Oops. Not oops on my part, oops on Netflix's part. But yeah, Damsel, it is starring Millie Bobby Brown, and I watched it, and again, I think I liked it more than other people did, but I found a lot of flaws, especially in the screenplay, so that's why I made a video called Rewriting Damsel, where I just sort of rewrote the global beats of the screenplay and what I would have done, and I think I did a much better job in like 10 minutes than it took me to find this out, so it's okay. Visually, it was fine. Like, I liked Millie Bobby Brown's performance. The costumes were kind of cool. It was a lot of CGI, but but the story itself was, it was a movie. It's like, it was a movie, and sometimes that's enough. In this case, I don't know, but sometimes that's enough. I'm gonna say that about every movie in this category, so I'm just gonna go fast about it. But like, yeah. Next, we have Irish Wish. I also made a video about this. I was really inspired. It's not just about Irish Wish. I made a video about how, because I'm a cinephile and because I studied cinema and I work in cinema, I used to feel guilty about liking rom-coms or like movies that are a bit lighter, because it's not taken as serious media, because it's aimed at women. And so I talk about misogyny and how we demonize femininity and stuff like this. It was a very interesting video I shot over the summer. And I took Irish Fish as an example. It was a cute movie starring Lindsay Lohan. I liked it. Again, it was very predictable. But at least it took place in Ireland, and that's a bonus because I love Ireland. It was okay. I might watch it again if I don't have anything else to do. I have other things to do before doing that. So, like, yeah, this is not my priorities, but it was an okay movie. Next, we have The Union. So this is an action movie starring Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry. It was released not that long ago. Again, I watched it and then I immediately forgot about it, so it must not have been that good. I don't remember exactly what's happening in this. They're like childhood friends, and things happen. I do not remember. Like, it was not that. I remember there was a twist in the middle of the movie that was like, "Ooh, that's interesting," but like, that's it. And there were cool action scenes, but that's it. Next, we have Beverly Hills Cops XLF. So this is the fourth movie from the Beverly Hills Cop saga. I remember I watched the first three early in the year before I knew they were going to release a new one. I thought it was okay. It is still starring Eddie Murphy, and now we have his daughter as well. And I thought that was an okay movie. Definitely not as iconic as the first three ones. I think my favorite movie of this franchise is like the second one. Yeah, it did not really do much for me, so it was okay. Next, we have A Family Affair. Again, all of these movies are from Netflix, by the way. I'm I'm just not saying it anymore, but like, yeah, A Family Affair. So starring Zac Efron, Joe King, and Nicole Kidman, of all people. And that movie was trash, as trash can be. Again, it flopped very hard. It was very criticized when it was released, and then we immediately forgot about it. So this is about like a star that has an assistant, and he starts seeing his assistant's mother, like Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman, like they just sit next to each other and they talk, and next thing they're having sex, and it's like, okay. And it's just very weird, and I don't remember much else that happens. Next, we have Loup-Garou. So this is a French movie. If you don't know, then I'm French, so there will be a bunch of French of the movies, the TV shows, and stuff in this. So Loup-Garou is a movie that was released on Netflix as well. This is based on a game. I don't know if you have this game in the US or like elsewhere, but it's based on a game where you play with like Loup-Garou means werewolf. I think you have the version of the game in English. This movie is really trying to be like Jumanji. It's like they play the game, but then they get transported into another world, like in the past, and they have to play according to the rules. It was okay. It was alright. I was expecting worse, but like, it did not shake up my world. Like, it was alright, but yeah. Next, we have Joker Folie à Deux. you will see this movie has an asterisk, and other will have it too. I put an asterisk next to the movies which I have seen in the theater. So I have seen Joker Folie à Deux in the theater. I also made a video about it on this channel. I made a vlog about it back when I went to see it. Joker Folie à Deux, that was again quite a movie. It flopped very hard. It had a lot of backlash. People did not like this movie. As I said multiple times in my videos when I talk about this movie, I think it was an okay movie. It was not like incredible. There were many, many flaws in the screenplay, but I really loved the acting. I loved the cinematography. The songs were nice. It was okay. Not as bad as people say it was. There's a lot to improve. So yeah, I just put it at like 7 because I hesitated between putting it at 6, but I was like, that's very harsh because there's still a lot of good things about this movie. Next, we have Time Cut. So again, this was released on Netflix. This is a horror slash action thriller movie. It is starring that girl from Ginny in Georgia, and that's why I watched it because I was like, I stopped watching this show because I don't like it, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check it out. And it's about a murder that takes place in like the 2000s, and then there's like travel back in time and stuff happening. And I love like travel back in time and murder, so I was like, you know what, if it's not too violent, I can go watch it. It was not super violent. It was alright. It was a bit scary at times, but like nothing I can handle, and I'm like super sensitive. So if I can handle it, you can. It was okay. Again, I don't think I would watch it again because like yeah, I watch it and that's it. But like it was alright. And finally, we have Hot Frosties. We are here with the Christmas rom-coms. Hot Frosty, starring that girl from Mean Girls. Yeah, I watched Hot Frosty again on Netflix. It was it was alright. It was funny. It was like a lot of horny people in there, horny older women just like staring at that man's abs. It was somewhat funny, but like because I have other rom-coms that I've watched, Christmas rom-coms even, that are like in the other categories, but this one was like yeah, like I would probably not watch it again. But it was alright. It wasn't bad, but I would probably not watch it again. Now let's explore the movies to which I gave an 8 out of 10. So first, this is not, by the way, like I did not put them like specific orders, just like the order of when I watched them and stuff. Like this is not my favorite. Like Atlas is not my favorite, and Hot Fuzz is my least favorite. Like it's really just yeah. So the first line we have The Fall Guy. I went to see this in theater the same day that I went to see Challengers, and I will talk about it because this movie is not an 8 out of 10. This movie is in another category. It is starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. I remember hearing about this movie around like the award season because Emily Blunt and Ryan Gosling were both in movies that were very successful last year, aka Barbie and Oppenheimer. Why didn't I say Oppenheimer? Oppenheimer, I can't pronounce it. And so they were, I think it was like at the Oscars or at SAG or something, and they were like playfully teasing the movie, like starting to promote the movie already. Like during the premieres, like on the red carpets of like stunts happening and stuff. And so that kind of caught my eye. I was like, oh, what's this movie? It's about movie making, it's about a stuntman, and it's a love story. It was a nice movie. I liked it. It kind of flopped, I think, but I still liked it. It was fun. It was filled with action scenes. It was great, honestly. I probably would watch it again given the opportunity. It was nice to see in theater because, like, as I said, there was some very nice action scenes. I liked it. It was great. Like, I can see flaws in it. Don't get me wrong. I can see why some people would not like it as much, but like, it was still nice. So yeah, I kind of like this movie. Next, we have Meet Me Next Christmas. So this is again a Christmas rom-com. This is starring my girl Christina Milian. Now I love Christina Milian. I watched like pretty much every rom-com she's made from Netflix the last couple of years because I just like her. And she always makes good rom-coms, and this one was pretty nice. It was about a meet cute happening at an airport. Basically, they say, oh, if we're meant to be together, in a year from now, we'll meet at the Pentatonix concert, and if we're both single, then we can be together. Christmas, after that, she finds out her boyfriend is cheating on her, and she's now single. She's like, oh, I have to go to the Pentatonix concert so that, I can be with that guy. And so she's trying to secure that ticket, and it's complicated. And this movie is starring the Pentatonix. Like, they are here following what's happening with her. I don't want to tell you too much, but, and they sing, and then they sing on stage. Like, it's very cute, and I really liked it. It's a Christmas rom-com, like you can't expect much from it, but it was cute. Given the opportunity, like if someone asked me to watch it with them, I might say yes, because it was a cute movie. Next, we have Gladiator 2. Again, I went to see this in a theater. I made vlogs about most of the movies I went to see in the theater, so if you're interested in that. So I went to see it in theater not too long ago, and I really liked it. People have mixed opinions about it, but I don't think that it's better than the first one, but it's still up there. And I really liked it, and it was fun, and the cast was amazing. There were some very cool action scenes. Again, I can still see some flaws here and there, but I really liked it, and I think it was a good sequel. Like, it was different enough to be some movie, but it also made references And like, I really liked it. I'm very glad I went to see it in theater because I was quite epic. I really like this movie. Again, I will make a video about it if you're interested on this channel. So yeah. The other vlogs that I mentioned, they are on my other channel, Garance French. Next, we have Conclave. That is the last movie I went to see in a theater not too long ago. So Conclave, starring Ralph Fiennes and Stanley Tucci and a bunch of people. It was a great movie. It was a great movie. This is about the Pope dying. A conclave is the name of like the vote that is taking place to elect a new Pope after the previous Pope has died. And so Ralph Fiennes plays a cardinal who is the dean. So he is charged with organizing that conclave, except there's a lot of things happening and outside, like in the world. The main contestants to be the next popes, like there are some shady stuff happening. I can see why people say they could be bored. I was not personally, because I love, things like this. But yeah, sometimes it was a bit slow, and there is like not much happening in this movie in a way. I mean, just for the performances maybe, because Ralph Fiennes is killing it as per usual. Stanley Tucci again killing it, and the cinematography is incredible. But like nothing much is happening, and like I'm okay with those movies because I'm an avid cinema like enjoyer. Like I enjoy pretty much anything except for horror films that I cannot. But like if you need something that's more like that has more rhythm, that's more pace, that might not be for you. But I really liked it. Next we have Wicked. Woo, Wicked. I went to see it in the theater the day before Conclave. Everyone is talking about Wicked. I really wanted to see it. I had never seen Wicked, like the play, the musical. I had never heard about. Like I knew what it was. I knew it was about Glinda and Alphaba, like before the Wizard of Oz. But I didn't know the story at all. I didn't know the songs. I'd heard Defying Gravity, but like I wasn't like I didn't really know much. And so I went in really like knowing nothing of what was gonna happen. And honestly, I think I would have preferred knowing what's gonna happen because sometimes I was a bit underwhelmed. Maybe if I had seen it like the musical theater version and then seen it on the big screen, I would have been more amazed. I don't know if you know what I mean, but like sometimes I felt a bit out of place because I didn't know exactly. But I feel like theater kids that have known this musical for years would be enjoying it so much. So it was still great. I thought the beginning was kind of long, like kind of hard to get into. And in fact, they were like, I think there were three women behind me. They were British because I could hear them speaking English because I live in France. So, they were speaking in English. And they were, at the end of the movie, they were talking and they said the same thing. They said, oh, the beginning was kind of long and hard to get into. And I could not agree more. Like the beginning, kind of hard. But then the rest of the movie was okay, and the end was incredible. Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are incredible. I just loved it, and I'm really glad it is getting the recognition that it deserves. And I hope it gets into the Oscars and everything because this is a very good movie. And finally, in the eight category, we have Our Little Secret. This is another rom-com starring Lindsay Lohan. This time, it's a Christmas rom-com. I really like this rom-com. I'm usually not a rom-com type of girl, but this one was really fun because it was not just like, for example, Hot Frosty. That was sort of like a classic rom-com, and this one was a little bit more spicy, a little bit more fun. I liked the story. It was predictable, but like also it was less common than all the other stories. It's about a couple who has been friends since they were young, and then they break up and they don't see each other for like 10 years. And then they end up dating like siblings, and they pretend that they have never known each other in front of the family. It's very fun. It was fun. I might watch it again if asked. I would probably watch it again. But yeah, that was very fun. And Lindsay Lohan, she's getting into that rom com bag lately. And that's good for her because like she's very good at it. So I really liked it. It was fun. Now we are getting into the category, the movies to which I gave a 9 out of 10. So we are getting close to perfection here. The first one I have in this category is The Wild Robot. I went to see it in a theater. I cried a little bit. I did cry a little bit. It's a very beautiful movie. The animation is incredible. The story is incredible, very moving. And I just love that movie. And there's not much I would change about that movie. It's about a robot that like lands on an island and like she sort of befriends the animals and she starts to take care of a bird and becomes a mother. And it's really about yeah, motherhood and love and it's just so incredible. And I really love this movie. If I can, I will watch it again. I watched it in theater, and if I had the opportunity to, I would go watch it, especially in theater again, because that was quite an experience, and I'm very glad I went to see it. Next, we have Twisters that I also went to see in theater. Now, this is an action movie. I don't know, it didn't flop, but like people did not speak that much about it. It is starring Glenn Powell and Daisy Edgar Jones. I didn't know much about that movie. Apparently, it's like, is it a remake or something from an older movie about tornadoes and stuff? I didn't know about that. I just went in to see that movie without the lore. Yeah, I think it was an okay movie. Like it was a great movie. Sometimes action movies, they lack that thing from the screenplay. Like it's not, yeah, they focus a lot on like the action scenes and not the screenplay enough. This one maybe was like this, but I really enjoyed it, and I was legit scared because, as I said, I don't do well when it comes to things that are scary in the movies because I'm too sensitive. And there was a lot of tornadoes, a lot of death, like a lot of violence, like not violence as in like people fighting or people bleeding out, but it was very violent when like there's like the wind and the tornadoes and stuff and things being destroyed. And I think it was an okay movie. It was a great movie for what it was. I gave it a 9 because I really liked it, and I legit like I was hiding me on my hands in the theater, like, oh my god, this is kind of scary. And I really liked it. I had a great experience. I think ordinarily I would have put this movie into a lesser category, but I really liked it. And yeah, that's it. Next, we have The Apprentice. So this is the movie about Donald Trump. He's starring Sebastian Stan as Donald Trump, and we also have Jeremy Strong. And this is a great movie. If you've seen my vlogs on my other channel, I missed the first 5 minutes of the movie because of a bus thing, but I still did watch the rest of the movie in theater. And it was a great movie. So it's about Donald Trump and his rise to fame, and basically we follow him from like the beginning of his career till I don't until he published his book, but I don't really know the dates because the Donald Trump lore I could not care for. So Sebastian Stan is an actor that I love. He did such a great job with this, and I hope he gets into the Oscars for this role because it was incredible. Like they managed to make Sebastian Stan ugly. Like that's what do you mean? What do you mean? Sebastian Stan is ugly? What? I was almost not attracted to him. Almost. Is that shameful? No, but he gave such a great performance. He really had the gestures down of Donald Trump. Like it was incredible. And I was forgetting that I was watching Sebastian Stan and not Donald Trump, and it was very amazing. The screenplay, like the story itself, was kind of I didn't care for all of it, and especially the end. I thought it was a bit abrupt, but I still loved it, and it was incredible. The costumes, I said, like the hair and makeup, the acting from everyone else in the movie, the set designs also because it takes place in a lot of like very fancy places and the set designs are incredible. So yeah, I give this movie a 9 because I think it deserves it. It's very great. Finally, in the 9 category, we have Honora. I was hearing about Honora for so long, and I could not wait to go see it in a theater. It was not playing anywhere that I could find it because I live in a small city. Not everything comes in a cinema. And so I saw that it was available in the small city where I used to work. I was like, I'm gonna go see it. I don't have a choice. And I went to see it. I had no idea what it was about, and I loved it. It was like one of the best movies I've seen this year. I did not put it in the 10 category because I still could find some flaws in it, but like it was so good. I was amazed by the acting. I was amazed by the story, the cinematography. This movie is about a sex worker who gets into a relationship with like a rich Russian kid. Like he's a kid, he's an adult, but like he's a kid, you know. It creates problems with his family, and there's lots of things happening. This movie is incredible and it's heartbreaking. And the last scene, I was gagged. I was crying. Like it was amazing. It was kind of headache at some points, like because if you know, like the middle of the movie when they are looking for someone, it was kind of a headache, and it was very like that was the goal, but like I didn't care for all of it. I loved it. It was great, and I hope it gets into the Oscars because it deserves so many Oscars. Finally, we are reaching the category. The movies to which I gave a 10 out of 10. As I said, I'm pretty generous, so people might not be as generous as me, but there are 4 movies in the category. I loved all of them. I was obsessed. I am still obsessed to the day with all of them. The first one we have is Challengers. Oh my god, Challengers! Zendaya. What do you mean, Zendaya? What? What do you mean? Luca Guadagnino. What do you mean? Like, gagged till the end. A to Z, I was gagged. I was gagged. This movie was incredible. It made me care about tennis. It made me care about sport. Me. Like, this movie is a masterpiece. I'm gagged. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what to say. This movie was incredible. The acting was incredible. Zendaya. The costumes, the screenplay, oh my god. I need to calm down, but like that was amazing. That was amazing. And there's not much that I would change about this movie. That's loud ass song that was playing every now and then. I love that. I was like, ooh, what's that? What's happening? I loved it. Oh my god, I don't know what to start, and like it was incredible. The other day I found the movie like on DVD, and I was like, should I buy it? I don't have a lot of DVDs, but I do have the ones that matter. Like I have Barbie over here because I have Barbie because I was like I cannot go in a row without having the Barbie DVD. Like I was like this about Challengers, and honestly, maybe if I see that DVD again, I just might buy it because it is that good, and I just love it. Next, we have Inside Out 2. You had no business making me cry like this. I did not give you the right to a biography about me. So obviously this is a sequel to Inside Out. I went to see it in theater again. It was incredible. There were still some flaws to it that I could see, but still, it was incredible. And I just hope they make like tons. I want Inside Out 10, 11, 12. Like I want every, I want every stage of Riley's life in her head. As a person who has anxiety, who has panic attacks pretty often, like it had no right to be gagging me like this. It was incredible and it was very truthful to like what it's like to have anxiety and panic attacks. I just loved it and I was crying so hard. And because I remember, because I went to the theater and then I had to meet my friends for dinner in a restaurant like right next to the cinema. And I walked out of that theater and I went to see my friends. I was like, "Are you right?" I was like, "Yeah, I just want to see Inside Out too." Like, ooh, yeah, yeah. I have a friend who's like very sensitive like me, and it was like, "Should I go see this movie?" And I was like, "You can. If you're ready to cry, you can." It's like, okay, maybe I'm not. I don't know. But like that was such a great movie, and yeah, I want every Inside Out possible. Like if I want to see Inside Out 21 in the theater. Like I just love it so much. The next movie I went to see twice in a theater. Once alone and once I brought my mom. Like I it was so great that I brought my mom to the theater to show it to her. This is Le Comte de Monte Cristo. So this is the movie in French. It's a 3 hour long epic adaptation from a book by Alexandre Dumas. It is starring Pierre Ninet as the main character. Just go watch the trailer. Go watch the trailer and tell me you're not gagged. Like, I'm sorry, I'm saying that all the time, but like, this movie was incredible. Like, this, I did not know about the story because I knew about this, like, about the book, but I did not know the exact story. Like, what do you mean? Like, the acting was incredible, the costumes, the hair, the makeup, the set designs, the cinematography, the direct, everything was amazing. And it's like 3 hours long. I was like, I need to see that again in theater. Because the first time I saw it, it was in a small theater, and then the second time it was in a bigger theater, and I was like mesmerized. Now there were a lot of scenes in the water because this man is a sailor at first, and there's lots of scenes with water. And if you don't know, then I have thalassophobia, which means I'm afraid of the sea, the ocean, and the waves and all that. So there was some of that movie where I was like kind of hiding because I was very scared. It was incredible. Like, if you can watch this movie, please do it. Like, this made me want to buy the book. I'm obsessed, and I went to see it twice. Like, that just shows I don't go to the theater a lot, and when I do, I choose carefully what I'm watching. So if I went to see that movie twice, I spent 6 hours of my life in front of that movie, and I will gladly spend another 6 hours. I don't know if it's 3 hours long, but like you get it. And finally, we have The Substance. Now, I also went to see that in theater. I saw it the same day as what? No, because I went to see Gladiator and I went to see The Apprentice and Gladiator, and then the next day I went to see The Substance in theater. I had watched The Substance on like YouTube a little bit, like I had seen some people react to it. So I kind of knew what I was getting into. I was still gagged. As I said, I'm very sensitive, and gore things, horror movies, really not for me. This movie has all the blood you can imagine, all the gross, disgusting things, so many needles, so many needles. I was hiding behind my hands for most of the movie. It was so gross. It was disgusting, but it was amazing. And I will probably watch it again. Like, that's like, I nearly threw up. I was walking out of the theater. I was like, I'm gonna go home and lay down because no. It was amazing. The story is amazing. The directing was amazing. The acting, Demi Moore, Margaret Qualley. What do you mean? What do you mean? You can't do that to me. Yeah, I give it a 10 out of 10. Like, even just from the trailer, just from seeing what people were saying about it, I was like, this is gonna be a 10 out of 10. And I went to see it, I was like, yep, I was right, as per usual. Like, it was incredible, and I hope it gets into the Oscars. I think it has been nominated at the Golden Globes. I might be wrong. Anyway, I think this is gonna be it for this video. This is very long, but I have a lot to say about those movies. I say the word gagged like so many times. To take a shot. Rewatch this video and take a shot every time I said the word gagged. It was incredible, and I'm very thankful that I followed my instinct of watching these movies. Because what I do is that I wait for people to watch, like, to go to a festival like Telluride, Sundance, and the Cannes and the Cannes Festival and everything. I watch like critics and reviews, and I let these people tell me, okay, this movie is good to watch. This movie is not, like, you can skip it, you know. And so I only go see like the best ones. Something I've noticed in here is that the movies that I put in 10, 9, or 8, most of them are the ones that I saw in theater. And I don't know if that's like a coincidence or not. I don't know if they were better because I saw them in theater, or I saw them in theater because they were better. Like, you know, that could be studied. That could be studied. The bottom ones, like the Netflix ones, I'd be sorry, but like, No. But like, I just so glad that I spend all my hard-earned money to go see all of the movies and cry and throw up in the theater, because that was worth it, and I would do it all over again. I keep all of the tickets from every movie that I go to see in the theater. I've been doing this for years, and I have a bunch of them in my wallet. I'm so happy that I have the tickets for these movies forever with me. Like, I love cinema. I love all the movies, and I'm very glad that I put myself out there, because I want to see all the movies alone. Like, I don't go there with no one else except my mom. I took my mom, and I'm just very glad I did. If you have the opportunity to watch these movies, even the lesser good ones, in my opinion, please do. That was incredible. And because this is just me. Like, this is just my opinion. At the end of the day, you should go and watch them, and get your own opinion, because that's how things should work. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. You can leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I have other channels if you want to check them out. And yeah, thank you so much, and have a great day.